So we moved from the UK to Malaysia. 3 kids, 2 adults, and a dog. A great big dog. So I got the dog when our 3rd child was born, in my mind, to be a guard dog. It's a Rhodesian Ridgeback, which I'll introduce you to in a moment, and it's meant to be like, not aggressive, but have guarding abilities. Anyway, I'm kind of joking about it because this thing's rather soppy. Here's the dog. Here's the dog I need to ship from the UK to Malaysia. Big dog, huh? But she made it okay. How do you get your dog from here in little old England to Malaysia here? Well, we undertook that task. So we got various quotes from, we had a agent who helped us move with the visas and kind of setting up a new life outside of the UK. I won't go into the agent details now, but they suggested a company for us to use. So we contacted Mama Dog, JCS Livestock, Global Pet Relocation. And we ended up going with JCS Livestock. JCS Livestock did a great job. They were responsive to emails. The quote was good. It was, one quote we got was £11,000, and JCS Livestock's quote for our dog was £3,000, 3,000 and a bit. And they were responsive. They seemed to have all the stuff we needed. So we went with them. So basically the process, because the UK is a rabies-free country, there is no quarantine at exit or entry to Malaysia. So in the run-up, I think 8 weeks prior, I went to the vet. I made sure, I think you have to have the rabies inoculation, not you, the dog, and they have to have their jabs up to date. They have to be microchipped, and there's a kind of basic vet check. The vaccine they had to have, if this means anything to you, is the DHPPL vaccine. Now, the JCS Livestock took care of all the paperwork, the clearance, the import permit. We had it door to door. So someone collected our dog from our house in Suffolk, UK, and delivered it to our rental in Nilai, Malaysia. And that price was all in. So I think the day before we flew, our dog was collected. And we had, I think, during those last 7 days, one more jab to just bring the dog up to like vaccination protocols. We asked for the JCS to perform the vet check. There's like a health vet check to check they can fly and it's all going to be okay. You'll need a dog crate. We didn't buy our own. We had a crate, but apparently it wasn't air suitable. So in the end, we had to get the one that the JCS provided. And there's various measurements you need to take for your dog, and try and be as large as possible, because I thought I had measured correctly, but the crate they had bought based on my measurements was not large enough. And they do actually care about the well-being of your animal. So the lady was like, we can't ship your dog in a crate we've got, we're going to get a bigger one. So, my fault. So do be bold on those measurements. So I was describing the measurements. So you've seen the dog, and then here's the crate that she had to go in. I don't know if this gives you a kind of representation of the size. Obviously Casey is a big dog, but this is the crate that she came in. So, but yeah, and now I guess that's our crate. So if we need to ship her again, we have one to fit. Next thing, dog was collected. There really wasn't much to do on the UK side in advance, just the inoculation check. Oh, and I had a little folder that had all her vaccination record. I got a printout from the vet we normally go to of everything she's ever had treatment for, which I think she had one leg problem that my dad had, I think, a minor bit of surgery on. So anyway, the record has all this stuff on and all the vaccinations. I think it's worthwhile just giving them a flea and worming treatment, like right in the run-up. Because when we received our dog, we weren't sure if it was during transit or just in country. She had picked up a number of ticks, and they were, in the UK, it's quite rare to find ticks, but in a warm country like Malaysia, there's a lot of ticks kind of flying about. And when she arrived, we found a whole bunch like in between the like toes of the dog in various spots. And after a few, we sort of checked her daily, and then every couple of days, now we check her every 3 or 4 days just for those ticks, just to make sure she doesn't get like an infestation. So do just bear that in mind. And again, on arrival, I think because they've been in a crate for God knows how many hours, we gave her a bath because, you know, there was quite a bit of stink going on. But anyway, small things. So yeah, we got photos during, it's quite cool. They picked up Casey and they took her to like this paddock somewhere, probably near the airport. And we got photos of her like lolling about in the paddock. We had to send, I think it was 2 days worth of food with her and her bed. No toys, no collars and stuff like that. All makes sense really, so she can't get like hooked on anything. So yeah, it's quite fun getting the photos and like thinking, oh, you know, she's on a plane right now somewhere. And then once in country, I think there was another vet check, and then it was actually Mama Dog that was on the Malaysian side, and they were really good also. I had a bit of an import fee to pay. That was all as expected, and then they delivered to the door. And again, they did a great job. Loads of communication, typical Malaysian comms, where just you're communicated with, you know, we're going to drop off then, we're on our way, we're nearly there, we're 5 minutes away, we're at your house. So that was cool. And she arrived, beautiful condition, no worse for wear. She is a very placid dog, so I think she just took it all in her stride. Just be aware that there's a list of restricted dogs coming into Malaysia. Anything like bull, so bull terrier, pit bull, Staffordshire bull terrier. There's a list of dogs that you're not allowed. I think there's some restriction even on shepherds, so Rottweilers, any kind of grizzly shepherd type dog. You might want to just check that your dog is not on the restricted list. I actually was worried Rhodesian Ridgeback would be on the restricted list, but it wasn't. That is about the crux of it. Would recommend JCS Livestock as your animal transportation person, and then Mama Dog if you're coming to Malaysia with your pet to do the delivery this side. I think that's just who they use, so you might not get a choice but if you do, they were very good. And yeah, any questions, whack them in the comments. I'll try and remember, and hope that was useful. That's it. Mad.